getting my buttons put on. So buttons are like those like bubbly things that like traditional braces are connected to. I'm pretty sick, so I don't know how this procedure is gonna go, because like your mouth has to be open for a really long time, and I'm gonna be coughing, and there's gonna be people touching me. So I just got the buttons put on. You can barely see them. I kind of thought they're gonna be a lot more similar to like the braces things, how I described it before. Little tiny things, so that was good. The procedure wasn't as bad. My best piece of advice is just to like relax and you'll be good. It's like I laid down, I watched TV, but what I noticed was, aside from the pressure, my cheeks were killing me. Like imagine wearing, you know in Mean Girls how Katie Heron has those like crazy like ex-wife teeth? It felt like I had those. Like, your mouth gets sore after having them for a while because you're like clenching on them. And it's funny because these are fit to your teeth. Like they are going nowhere, but because it's so foreign, your body is just like, it's holding on to dear life. The morning after, I went to have breakfast. I had oatmeal because I knew that toast or anything would be too hard. Taking them out was so painful. Like your mouth is so sore. It is, like it felt like I got punched in the face. Like I'm gonna be blunt with you, like it sucks. Your two front teeth are really like numb, and it's tender. When you take them out for the first day, so like it's almost like, you remember when you were a kid and your tooth was loose and you tried pulling out before it was ready? That's what it feels like, but it's your whole front row of teeth and you have to pull it out or you don't eat. My best piece of advice, since I'm a pro now, you do the cook out, you pull from the middle, take a deep breath because it sucks, pull again, and then if it gets too hard, just like take another deep breath, but that's it. You're only allowed 2 deep breaths, and then you have to be gangster and just rip it out. I bet this one person that said that their second tray was the worst tray to date and blah blah blah, and some people say it's the first. Like it all depends on your mouth. So for me, I've only had 4 trays, and my third tray was the worst, and it was when I first got my buttons, so maybe it's because like they were gripping on better. Rumor has it after the 5th tray the pain isn't that bad, but Lori, my orthodontist, who I love so much, she said, do not, like whenever, always have this by your side, do not put it in a napkin, because like one of her patients, mom accidentally threw it out because it was in a napkin. Always keep your tray before, just in case you lose it and then have to go back, but it's just a setback and nobody wants to do that, so don't lose your trays. I'll be the first person to admit, I don't do it. I always put it in a napkin and watch it for your daily life, but there's been times where I've been at a restaurant, and I know this sounds bad, but like say I forgot it and I just put it in a napkin and like the busser will try to take it and I'm like, no, like they're my teeth. Or the other day, actually last night, my little sister literally went to go throw it out, but then luckily they fell out of the napkin and I still have them. But just do your best to eat with this. Like, I mean, I can't even lie, like I don't even use this. I bring it like when I go out, but at home I always just put it in a napkin. So do as they say, not as I do. Just try to get in the habit of using these. So a lot of people soak it in like baking soda and water, or mouthwash and water, because like apparently mouthwash, I've done it and I didn't really notice anything, but the mouthwash kind of shows you like where the plaque is and like what you need to brush off. I just leave them and then brush, and when I'm done eating I go upstairs and brush it. So how I take care of them is I brush them with a toothbrush and toothpaste, and then I like wait till it gets like coated in toothpaste and then let it soak, brush this, let the toothpaste kind of sit on it, then brush my teeth, floss, and then rinse them off and put it back in. And that's been working really well for me. This sounds really disgusting, but I was just curious to see, like, I smelt these just like out of curiosity, and to my pleasant surprise, they smell like toothpaste. And that was pretty cool because like they came right out of my mouth. So it's good to know that my oral hygiene is on fleek. I feel like if you have issues with plaque buildup, you just have to brush your teeth more, because that's the only reason why, like the only time there should be like a lot of food and a lot of plaque buildup on the trays is if you were out and you weren't able to brush your teeth. The main focus, instead of focusing on this tray, is to focus on your actual teeth, because that's what they're picking it up from. These are just plastic. It's your teeth that you need to worry about. So just brush your teeth really well, brush these really well, and trust me, you will be fine. If not, it's okay, just do the concoction I said, but I just think you should really just focus on just your hygiene. I had the LISP at home, and then I didn't work for a few days, so I was lucky enough to kind of learn how to talk with them in my mouth. Like currently I have them in my mouth, and I mean I have a bit of a dialect issue, but it's not that different. Like if you watch any of my other videos, it's just whatever. When I worked for the first time, so I think somebody asked me like a really simple question, and I couldn't speak to save my life. I forgot how to speak. It was terrible. I was just like, I feel like it's more so mind over matter. Like obviously you have a list because you're used to talking a certain way and it gets in the way, but it's nothing you can't power through. Like I said, I've had it for a month. Only 2 people have noticed it. One person, they noticed it because they have Invisalign, so I feel like you kind of like, you look for it, and then another person, they did it, and she was just really nosy, to be completely honest with you. Like I think she just noticed it because she was just analyzing every aspect about me. If people can't notice it with my gap, then it's so cool because they do a really good job of concealing them. Before I got it, I was like, oh wait, like, is it gonna like form to my gap, or am I gonna have like a piece of plastic? So I like went on Google to see how people like Invisalign looks with a gap, and to my dismay, there's a huge like space of plastic in between it, and I was like, ugh. I'll be the first person to admit sometimes saliva gets stuck in it, and it's super frustrating because like whenever I say like, oh, I have Invisalign, people's like their first reaction is to like go up in my face and be like, oh, can I see? And I'm just like, ah. Tray 4, it's only getting smaller, but the first 2 trays, like, ugh, it sucked. Like you just have like this piece of plastic in between your mouth, and you're just like, why? So the second week of my second tray, everything was smooth sailing. One thing I noticed is, and I hope this doesn't continue, but I grind my teeth a lot in my sleep, and I never, here and there I'd grind my teeth, but I was never much of a grinder. Now, just because you have the plastic, so like there's times I notice like I'll wake up in the middle of the night because I was like grinding or chewing on it, which is very annoying. And I was talking to my friend Cheyenne, and she agreed and said the same thing, and that's really annoying. But I mean, at least it happens when like you're sleeping and you're not like chewing on it out of habit during the day. I guess because my work is pretty minimal, I get to change my trays every week instead of every 2 weeks, which cuts my time in half, and that's so amazing. So I have tray number 4 in my mouth, and I got up to tray 14, and so I have all these. They're all sealed and packaged, and it's really cool. So like I said, you have the computer generated image, but like you can just see how much it's already gonna change. Like this tray, like my gap is pretty much non-existent, which is so crazy. It's really cool because you get to really see the progress, and it's something to look forward to, because I feel like with traditional braces, you just have them on your mouth and they're done when they're done. And that's it so far. I'm gonna continue this vlog another day, so I'm done here, and I will see you